Welcome to Poets Pitch, where poets can pitch their piece and guarantee we'll catch what they're pitching. Here is where we break down the complexities and dive deeper into the poetry. Pitches will reach new heights with me, your host, Kiesance. Okay, welcome back and welcome to our first timers. This is Poets Pitch the Show. We go live at 8 p.m. every Tuesday. If you haven't already, subscribe, hit the bell button to be notified when we go live each time. Come back next week and every week after that so that you can catch every pitch. For those of you who are always on the go or just want to hear the show again, we do have a podcast. The podcast is shorter, it's more refined. It can be found on Spotify, Apple, and Google. I thought I had it memorized. You can catch everything at poetspitch.com as well. So today we have a new face to me, but I hear he's a vet in the game. His name has already been dropped in the previous episode, the premiere to be exact. It's Azizi JASPER.
Hey. How are you? It's wonderful to be here, man. This is super dope. So thank you.
Yes, thank you. I'm so glad you made it here. I've been hearing your name has been being dropped like bombs. So I said, let me see what they're talking about.
That's dope. That's beautiful. That's good to
hear. Yeah. So I'm gonna get right into first base. Wait a minute. Okay. Welcome to First Pitch. The banner was not up, y'all.
That's all good.
I planned for it and still. That's the character. Even that car passing, if you heard that, that's the character.
Absolutely, yeah. Just adds to authenticity.
Yes. So we're gonna jump right into first base because I'm excited to get to know Azizi. You are actually the first person to come on the show that I have not met prior to the show. So he's new to me, new to you. So let's go right into first base. So go ahead and start submitting your questions if you have any in your eyes. Yes. Hi, hey EA.
There she is. That's the home.
Yes. Okay, so my first question is Azizi JASPER your birth name or your stage name? So I was like, that is such a dope name in my opinion. So I was like, is his parents just that clever and cool, or did he come up with it?
Definitely. Good question. I've gotten that throughout my life, and yes, that is my government name, Azizi Hassani JASPER. Yeah, I'm blessed to have two amazing parents. My mom, Benita, and my dad, Randall, and they got together and they made Azizi, and they gave me an incredible name. It's one of those things. For the longest, as a poet, I was traveling under the moniker and performing under the moniker the Token Black Poet. Right.
I like that name too.
Yeah, no, it was cool because I'm from Grand Rapids originally. Man, shout out to GR, my beloved, hometown, home away from home out. It's one of the two, but. It's funny because when I initially started, I was one of the only black poets that was hosting at the time. Literally was the only black poet that was hosting. And it was just I felt like the token black poet, right? Because I got booked for different stuff, whatever, and I'd be in these different spaces.
That makes sense. There's a story behind the name.
Yeah, and it made sense at the time. And then I, started touring. And I did a tour of, St. Louis, and then we went down to Atlanta, and I'll never forget, we were in this comedy club, and somebody, introduced me. They stepped to the stage, the Token Black Poet, right? Mm-hmm. And somebody from the back yelled, "Man, you the lightest person in here."
Is that when you dropped off the name and said it?
So I was already contemplating it because my name is cool, man. Azizi is a really dope, powerful name. So it's
does it have a meaning?
Beloved or precious, yeah.
Oh,
nice. Yeah, so I have a powerful name. So as I grew in my writing and through myself or whatever, I started going by my government.
Yeah, and I like the Jasper, the friendly poet. We didn't sit here and got acquainted, and I'm like, you are so cool.
That's dope, man. Yeah, no, I go by a lot of different names. So Reverend Brother Pastor Deacon Dr. Jasper is, I have several.
You came up with that?
There's a story behind that too, but see, this could go so many different
Okay. So we have a question. Let's see. What made you start writing?
Man,
how did you get into poetry?
Right. What made me start writing, and how did I get into poetry? Right. So I've always I always liked art, and I always enjoyed writing cursive because I thought just cursive was just fly, right? So, and I thought it was. I'm honored to be part of this generation because, like, I feel like I'm the last generation that like grew up learning how to write cursive, um, and through that and my love of like just aesthetics or whatever, like writing became something that I really enjoyed because I enjoyed the visual experience of it. It was about fourth or third or fourth grade. I had a teacher by the name of Sister Karen that gave us an assignment to memorize a poem, and or not memorize a poem, but go home and read a poem, and then come back the next day and recite it to the class or whatever. She was gonna pick somebody, and of course she ended up picking me. This class was probably about 16 or so, and I recited it. I read it when I went home. My mom made sure I did all my homework or whatever. So read it when I went home. Didn't think much of it. Came back the next day and read
Pairing.